These are our new signs. We had these installed at Christmas, one on each major junction of the town, and this one is situated here at Solstice Park, which is a new 160-acre business park going into the town. The good news about this business park is that it's brought more jobs to the community. The bad news is it's also brought people out of the town to here to get their petrol and to have their food. This is a Holiday Inn in Amesbury, and just in front of it sits the mighty Ancestor, built by local artists. He's made of steel. He stands a massive 24 feet high. He's our equivalent of the Angel of the North, and we're trying to fundraise at the moment to keep him and position him maybe somewhere near the town. This year he's going to go to Hudson's Field in Salisbury to celebrate the Olympic torch arrival in the town. Just along the road from Solstice Park is this new development, which houses now the town's biggest superstore, which is Tesco's. The problem with having Tesco's out of town, of course, is that it stops any shoppers going into the town for their convenience shopping, and it brings them up here. It's not overall bad, because it brings people from outlying villages into the town as well to shop, but not to the town centre. I'm now in the town centre car park, and I'll just pan around. We've got some wonderful frontage here, grass. We've got a memorial cross there celebrating 1,000 years of the church. And if I pan around to the car park, behind the toilet block there, behind that long wall, is the redundant co-op store. And this site here will make the perfect regeneration site. We've got plenty of room, put stacks of space behind that wall, which I'll show you in a second, to regenerate this town and put a shopping arcade in. This is Amesbury's Salisbury Street. This is what was originally the marketplace of Amesbury. On a Wednesday we do have a street market. At the moment there's about 6 stall holders, but it's growing. But what we're faced with is this. And this in front of you is what visitors see when they come to Amesbury. Looking down the other side of the store, you'll see there's a massive amount of space here. I think the site covers about 3 acres. New shoots of life are already starting to form in Amesbury, and this, which used to be the Bell Inn, has recently been taken over by the Wetherspoon chain. This is right in the heart of Amesbury, next door to the redundant co-op store, and it's hoping to be open for business in June. Moving into the High Street in Amesbury, you see this wonderful old coaching inn, the George Hotel. Originally a pilgrims hostel in the 13th century, and later a coaching inn, as this road was the original turnpike road from London to the West Country. The George Hotel also housed General Fairfax in June 1645, when he stayed here during the Civil War. This is the church of St Mary and St Mellor. It's one of the oldest buildings, if not the oldest building, still in Amesbury. Dates from 979, and in fact some of it is Saxon and earlier. It houses one of the oldest clocks in the country. It has bells, working bells from the 17th century, but it also has a bell from the 13th century, still in position in the bell tower. I'm in Church Street, Amesbury now. You can see the church tower behind the trees there. If I pan round, you'll see Mellor Hall. Mellor Hall's just been bought for the community use. Eventually this will be removed and a purpose-built museum will be put in, highlighting Amesbury's significant past. If I come on round, you'll see the road leading into the town itself, Church Street, and then the Antrobus Arms Hotel. And it's the Antrobus Arms Hotel where the Beatles stayed in May 1965. If I pan round, you'll see Amesbury Abbey in its full splendour. This is the site you would see from the back of the new museum, and it's the site that will be of most interest to people, as it was the original royal monastery and later the Fontevraud daughter house, where Queen Eleanor of Provence retired in 1285 and died in 1291, and this is where Edward I, the Crusader king, held his mother's funeral service. This is the private drive at the back of Amesbury Abbey. It leads down to one of the wonderful bridges that were made by the great engineer John Smeaton in the 1700s. Just over that bridge and to the right through the woods is the River Avon, and also Vespasian's Camp, where the archaeologists most recently have uncovered bones and flint that date back from 9,000 years, making Amesbury one of the oldest towns in the UK. Just left Amesbury, we're just heading up the A303 westbound, and what I want to show you is how close we are to Stonehenge. Amesbury's about 1.5 miles as the crow flies from the town to Stonehenge itself, and of course Stonehenge has between 5,000 and 7,500 visitors a day, and we get hardly any of them in Amesbury. And next year, in October 2013, Stonehenge will have its new visitor centre, and what will become a 2.5-hour stop for visitors from a 30-minute stop at the moment will just bring extra benefit to Amesbury. Stonehenge has between 5,000 and 7,000 visitors a day. Whether it's raining, whether it's snow, whether it's -degrees, they come. And they come from all over the world. Now my belief is, if we've got a royal queen buried in Amesbury, we've got a Mesolithic past taking the town back in the record books as the oldest town in the country, then we should have something to show these people. And if we can put something in the town centre which will bring just a small percentage of these people into the town, then we've got the makings of something pretty significant.